Well, good morning, everyone. I am so grateful to be here. This is CSL Charlotte, the Mind, Body, and Spirit Center. And I want to give shout out to Reverend Rosedale for trusting me. Trust is a really good word, and a big word, trusting me with her beloved community this morning. I am the assistant minister at Riverside in Riverside, California, Riverside CSL, and I am happy to be coming to you today from Las Vegas, Nevada. So that's exciting. I'm hoping that the temperatures don't rise. I think it's supposed to be like 101 today. So I hope it's cool wherever you are, cool or comfortable, whatever you prefer, where you are. So today, as I come in this space this morning, I wanted to let you know where my talk title came from. So I'm reading this book by Mary Beck. It's called The Way of Integrity. And the theme that I was coming up for, where Reverend Jeff and I for the month, is finding your footing. And so that's where that talk title comes from, standing where you are. What a beautiful song. I am God. But before I will begin this morning, I invite you to settle in again, just for a moment. Take a deep breath and let go of whatever we carried in this space with us this morning, and simply become present to the presence that is already here, already within you. So take in that deep breath and just be right here, right now. You don't have to do anything but open your hearts and your minds to this message this morning. Standing where you are finding our footing. For those of you who are listening to this afterwards and on live stream or Facebook or in on Zoom or just wherever you're listening from or wherever you will be, maybe on YouTube later, maybe on the website later. Horace invited you to, if you wanted to listen to these messages, you can go to the website and the messages are there. So just take in a deep breath and be present right here. We're going to find our footing together this morning. So I wanted to begin with something that happened to me about a week and a half ago. So it was about 3 a.m. in the morning, and I was a little restless. So when I'm restless, I typically come downstairs. That way I'm not disturbing anyone else in the house. And so this particular morning, I came downstairs, and when I reached it was dark in the house. I didn't want to turn on any lights as well, so I wouldn't disturb anyone with light coming in. So when I was descending the stairs, and at a point I stopped, and a question came to my mind. And the question was, are you at the last step? I stopped cold what I was doing, descending, and I contemplated it for a few seconds. And I thought to myself, well, I know there's the wall down at the end of the stairs and there's a light switch there. I could lean over to try to turn that light on, or I could go back upstairs where there's a light switch at the top of the stairs. So as I'm contemplating this, I decide, yes, I am on the last step. So I trusted that I knew where I was. And then I took the last step. And the next thing I knew, I was flying. I can laugh about it now, but it wasn't so funny at the time. Earlier that day, I had brought in a 6-foot folding table and I had placed it between the refrigerator and the countertop because I wanted to clean out my pantry. Sometimes it's good to give a good cleaning of an area in your house. And it was an eyesore to me. I couldn't find anything in there. So I said, I'm going to clean it out. So that was the table that I would take things out to reorganize and wipe down the inside the cabinet. So it was there. And I don't want to make a long story short, but I pushed the table up against the other countertop as I was sailing in the air. And then I came down on my knee. And up under here was a little bit injured too. But the grateful part is I didn't break my jaw and I didn't injure my throat. So I'm grateful for that. But in taking the last step, that's a powerful question for us in our own life. Are we really where we think we are? And have we stopped long enough to look? Are we present? And are we listening to that still small voice? And are we seeing clearly? This morning, I was having a little trouble with my glasses. Do I wear my glasses? Do I not wear my glasses? So I can see clearly. Or are we moving forward based on an assumption about where we are? And that brings me to my first point about presence. The presence of spirit in us, the presence all around us is not passive. Presence is not simply sitting quietly and doing nothing. Presence is spiritual power in action. A lot of times we say in our philosophy, we treat and move our feet, when the moving of our feet is active. And so presence is active within us. And when we are fully present, we become available to the divine intelligence. We become available to the divine intelligence that is already within us, but we've stopped long enough to put down our phones, to whatever we do, to become still and become present with the divine. And Science of Mind teaches us that God is omnipresent, that there is no place that God is not, which means that wherever we are, wherever you are, wherever I am, God is already there. And we don't have to travel anywhere to connect with that spirit, that presence, that beauty, that love. And we don't have to become somebody else before we can experience the divine presence. As like I said, it's already within us. And we don't have to wait until the perfect time. God is here now. Like sometimes I think I know I've gotten into when this happens, then I can do this. But spirit is already there, just like the electricity was already there. It just had to become awareness in this race consciousness, in this person that brought us electricity, but it was already there, but it found a way to utilize it. So we can find a way to utilize that beautiful presence that is within us anytime, anywhere, any place, because it's already present. God is here now. Ernest Holmes wrote, "The power of today is all the power there is." So we don't have to wait until this happens or that happens or this moves out of our way, if this becomes present or whatever the case may be, because the power that is within you is already there. Not yesterday. You have to look behind. You don't have to look forward, but today, in this very moment, in this very breath, in this consciousness. I know when I first came into this philosophy, I was always looking up at other people that would speak so eloquently and so beautifully. But one of my professors told me as I was going through Holmes Institute, spirit is already with you. And I knew that intuitively. However, stop looking outside, stop looking up at other people, and just tune in, tap in, and turn on to that energy that is already within you. And so, in order to do that, we have to stop replaying yesterday, what happened yesterday, and the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and not worry about tomorrow, but be present. Imagine what might happen if we stop looking behind us. and we stop projecting in the future, but spend this moment right here that is so sacred now. Standing where you are is about trust, trusting that you're already everything that you need to be. We can open up a little more in consciousness as we do our spiritual practices. Yes, expand a little more. But there's nothing missing or missed, beloveds, in who you are right now. So come home. Come back to the present moment. Come back to spirit, that divine presence that is already here within you. Come home to yourself. The song said, "For I am God." Now, it might have been, you might have heard words that spoke of duality, but it doesn't change the message that I am God. We can personalize that. I am God. God is within me. All the aspects, the beauty, the love, the abundance, the prosperity, the perfect health and wholeness is already within you. It's in that beautiful DNA. It's in that beautiful connection with the source. It's in that beautiful connection with the trees, with the flowers, with all creatures, with this beautiful universe. So come back home because that's where we all need to be, remembering. And when I should have, that keeps us stuck. But when we accept and we come home, the acceptance moves us. Now, Martha Beck, in The Way of Integrity, she talks about another doorway. And one of the words that can quietly use to take us out of the present moment is should. I should be further along. I should be happier. I should be healthier. I should have more money. I should have figured this out. There's a lot of shoulds. I should have been healed by now. Healing is a very personal thing. What I think is healing for me may not be healing for someone else. Can't be. We're all the beautiful individualized expression. So my idea of healing, I can't project that on anyone else. It's mine. But we have to abandon the shoulds and we have to wake and open up to everything that we are, to acceptance of who we are, and acceptance of where we are. So, my message today is to know that you're standing right where you are on holy ground, on sacred ground. And that is beautiful. That is good enough. That is everything when we open up to it and we listen to that still small voice. Me falling was an opportunity for me to stand still, check in with my own spiritual guidance, turn on the light that illumines, that light within and that light without. Robert said about turning on the light, and we all laughed because he meant flipping on the switch, but he also meant that illumination that is within all of us. So we laughed about that, turning it on, keeping it lit. There's a flame within us that is always lit, but we have to, when you come to your fireplace, you have to turn it up a little bit, turn it up or turn it down. We can turn it up or turn it down. So we just turn it up because we may have it dim, but we need to turn it up full flame, full you, in all your beauty, in all your authenticity, in all that you are. Oh, I love this talk this morning. standing where you are. It's an opportunity to us to trust. It's an opportunity for us to turn on the light within us and keep it lit bright. It's an opportunity for us to allow that seed that is within us to grow. So at this stage in my life, I've been doing a lot of planting. And when I plant, when I put that seed, I don't check it every day to see what it's doing. I give it what it needs: sunlight, water, nurturing. And so each week we give you what you need. We give you the spiritual tools and practices. You come together on Tuesday for your meeting, your consciousness meeting. We're giving you the nutrients that you need to grow, to expand. But don't get it twisted. There's nothing missing within you. It's just opening up a little more to that and to that truth. And I called it before coming home. So allow your guidance to emerge, not someday, but right now. And ask yourself the question: are you at the last step? Can you take the next step forward? Have you checked in with your guidance? Have you done spiritual practice? Have you turned on the light fully within you that illumines your soul, that has never been hurt or harmed? And take the next step. Will you do that? My invitation to you this morning is to let your light shine. Stand right where you are. Check in with your guidance. Know that you're loved. And then if you're guided to take the next step, trust and take the next step, assuring that you are illumined. And that's what I didn't do. I didn't turn on the light. I didn't turn on the light. But I understand now that there's a lesson. There's a lesson in that fall. But guess what? When we fall, we can get back up. So I just invite you to take another deep breath. And as you listen to this next song, just know that we're always in the flow of life. It's rolling river God. And every time we come together, every time you come together in your community, if you're a stone, you're being polished. You're being polished. And so that is a beautiful thing. So thank you for allowing me to come to be with you today. Thank you for allowing me to express some of the thoughts and the truths that I know to you. And may we move forward, grounded, illumined. So turn on the light of spirit. And so it is. All right, I had to unmute myself. Thank you, Horace, and thank you for everyone who donate to this beautiful center. You know, when you donate to this beautiful, to any center, but this beautiful center in particular, it allows Reverend Rosedale to continue and the community to continue all its beautiful work in this space, in this community, and out in the community. There's unseen things that are happening behind the scenes when you come in here. It allows for that. It allows for these beautiful teachings to be taken out into the world. In every aspect of Reverend Rosedale, she takes it with her. And I'm inviting everyone, and I know you take it with you as well, but I'm inviting everyone to give to this center so it continues. So it is. Thank you, everyone. So, as I close this service today, this beautiful service today, I have some things that I'd like you to contemplate taking with you, some calls to action, if you will. So, I'd like you to release every should, and I'd like you to embrace what is true and stand in the presence of the divine Trust that wisdom that is unfolding within you now. And when you can tap into the presence and know that you're in the presence and just tap in, tune in, and turn on that presence. Because sometimes we go around with blinders on and we're not seeing what's really true. But this week, know what's really true. Stand in that presence. Allow your wisdom to come forth and unfold. And meet every moment with power and with peace. And know that where you stand, where I stand, God is. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful Sunday and rest of your week. And so it is.